Hey everyone, so this is my review of Midnight Texas, Season 1, Episode 8, called The Last Temptation of Midnight. And essentially what this episode is about is that a faceless supernatural creature makes their pilgrimage to Midnight. And while that's going on, Olivia and Bobo sort of make their own plans on how to protect Midnight if some of the supernaturals within the town start to get out of hand. And this was a very interesting and really kind of entertaining episode that did a really great job at sort of setting up all those sort of things for what may happen in the last few episodes leading up to the season finale, as well as everything that this whole season has been talking about. And I really enjoyed how this episode was set up with everyone within the town sort of dealing with the fact that Manfred had abandoned them and dealing with the fact that the veil is sort of cracking even more, so all the different supernaturals are starting to do things that they wouldn't normally do. And everyone's sort of dealing with that fact. And just watching how everyone dealt with it was fairly interesting, especially with all the moments between Olivia and Lamb, with a lot more of that conflict that I knew was going to happen coming out, with Lamb really not wanting to let Olivia go and going absolutely crazy in attempts to turn her to be like him. So watching all that play out was fairly interesting and I really enjoyed seeing. Then I also really enjoyed the moments within this episode near the end of it where they finally did give a bit more detail about this big demon that we've heard about and seen bits and pieces of throughout this whole season. That they gave a name to this demon that I can't remember the name of, and even if I could, I probably couldn't pronounce it. But they gave it a name and they sort of gave a bit more background into it, which is the reason why all these dead animals keep showing up on the main sort of strip of Midnight and all these different weird things is because this demon needs souls or needs people to die to be able to feed it. So they did a lot with that, with explaining, like I said, all these past sort of events, as well as some of the current things, which is that this demon is becoming even more hungry for this stuff. So he's preying on the weak and the feeble mind to get them to essentially kill themselves to feed his hunger. So all that was fairly interesting to see how all that played out and how Fiji managed to help stop that. And then all the scenes with Manfred were very interesting and fun, with him sort of dealing with the circumstances of his life and dealing with the fact that he is predicted to be this hero, but he has no idea how to be a hero. He was pretty much trained up his whole life to be the opposite of a hero. So him dealing with all that circumstances, as well as dealing with his aunt sort of finally moving on, which that was probably one of my favorite scenes from this, is him where he's looking for help from his aunt to give him some sort of guidance or some sort of information, and she's no longer there. So that was fun to see him sort of doing that. He truly is on his own to be able to save this town and save essentially probably the world. And then I really, really loved the moments when Manfred finally sort of sucked it up and dealt with that he does need to go back to Midnight and save everyone there that he's grown attached to. And when he finally made that decision, he got a ride off someone, and that someone just so happened to be this demon that we've seen throughout this whole episode, killing people and bringing all these people for sacrifice. And just the sheer coincidence that they wrote in there of that Manfred and this creature that he's supposed to be stopping just happening to come face to face with each other outside of Midnight, and them both being on the quest to Midnight was just very, very fun, and I enjoyed it so much. And just overall, this was a really great and really fun episode that did, like I said, a really great job at setting up a lot of the sort of final puzzle pieces that we need for the last few episodes to really bring in a great sort of season finale, I'm hoping. And with that, I'm so curious to see what they're going to do in these last few episodes. So, yeah, that's my review of Midnight Texas, Season 1, Episode 8, called The Last Temptation of Midnight. So, yeah, bye!